So here's an interesting viewpoint from the middle of the bridge where pedestrians and some vehicles cross back and forth between Guatemala and Mexico. Got Guatemala off to the right, Mexico off to the left. Lots of boat traffic on the river in between, and at times migrants crossing from Guatemala to Mexico. And let's see if we can find out what is on the Mexican side of the border in close proximity to here. Boat traffic picking up a little bit here on the Suchiate from my vantage point on the Mexican side, but at least right by the center of town here, no migrant crossings to speak of. That's not to say though that there aren't migrants and smugglers hidden all over the place among the trees on at least one, if not both sides of the river. Little enforcement action going on the Mexican side. So I just witnessed 2 Mexican National Guard troops and one Mexican immigration official approach this group of 3 people. It was 1 man, 2 women. They had a conversation for a little bit right over here by the river, and then it looked like those 3 individuals were let go. Something's caught the attention of this immigration official. Apparently it's the boat right here, the raft. Looks like a family is disembarking from. And now we've got National Guard approaching as well. Or National Guard just standing back and watching. But the immigration official is speaking with this family. So some people got off the raft no problem, but the immigration official is zeroed in on this mother with a baby in her arms. Now, maybe 2 mothers with babies in their arms, but everyone else has disembarked the raft and walked by. This National Guardsman standing here watching. Immigration official just focused in on those 2 mothers with their babies. Ultimately, those 2 mothers, actually one of the women was pretty young looking, although she still quite possibly was a mother. Anyway, those 2 women and their babies were released after speaking with that immigration official for a few minutes. So it seems like pretty frequently some immigration official, and I guess at times National Guard, are carrying out checks along the Suchiate after people cross from the Guatemalan side to the Mexican side. But so far, at least in the little time that I've been here, I don't think I've seen anyone get detained for longer than a few minutes. Now, welcome to Ciudad, Hidalgo. I'm now in Ciudad, Hidalgo, the border town on the Mexican side of the border, and I did notice something quite interesting about 20 or 30 minutes ago as I was on my way to my hotel. I'm gonna go see if they are still there. They being a large group of migrants that seem to be standing outside of what might have been a government building. I'm not sure exactly what it was. They certainly weren't on the run, and it looked like they were with some Mexican officials. And my taxi, if you could call it that, one of those bicycle taxi things that are all over town here, my taxi driver was saying that they're from Honduras, or most of them. So I'm guessing quite possibly those could be people who are in the caravan who are let into Mexico, or let stay in Mexico. And indeed, it looks like that group is still here. And what I didn't realize before is that they're right next to the border, or the entrance on the entrance to Mexico on the Mexican side of the border. So this is where I entered Mexico today. The river is basically just beyond this gate and those trees and shrubbery. So you cross the bridge, which is off in the distance beyond those trees. You enter this complex here, which is where you go through immigration, and if you're doing it the proper way as opposed to crossing through the river, and then you come out through this gate here, and then you're in Ciudad Hidalgo, and I can see there are a group of migrants sitting right here. Hopefully I can get some information. So I'm a bit handicapped without my fixer at the moment. From my limited Spanish amid my conversation with them, what I gathered, don't know if it's true, but they say that they're from Guatemala, that they're all from Guatemala. I asked them if they want to live or work in Mexico, and they're saying they want to work in Mexico. I also asked if they want to work in the United States, and I didn't get such a clear answer, but you know, my Spanish isn't the greatest, so I'm not entirely clear, but they're saying that they're from Guatemala, and this actually doesn't look like a government building. As I was noting, we're just right across from oh, there it says Entrada Guatemala. So yeah, we're basically right next to the border office. What exactly is going on here at the moment? I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to gather more information with my limited Spanish, but like I said, they tell me that they're all from Guatemala, and rough estimate, I'd say probably 30 or 40 people here right now. Lots of National Guard and federal police vehicles, and their National Guard, or I think they were National Guard troops, just walking around on the sidewalk right over there on the edge of the town square. No sense of urgency, as you can clearly see by the amount of traffic that's still going through the street, but large police and National Guard presence here right in the middle of town.